In this video, I'll give you the safest wide receivers to target in 2024 fantasy redraft leagues. I'm Jim Coventry of Rotowire. Hey, does it get any safer than Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Detroit Lions? I have some receivers ranked a little higher, like A.J. Brown, but I can't argue with the floor of St. Brown. Now, St. Brown in his recent years has seen his targets go from 119 to 146 to 163, upward trajectory. But regardless, those last 2 years really show us something that base is going to be there. In terms of yardage, obviously with the targets, that's gone up as well. The 1,500 yards of last season was significantly better than the 1,161 yards that Brown had in 2022. Probably finishes in the middle of that. But in terms of consistency, we know that Brown often plays in the slot. 56.3% of his targets came in the slot, and Jared Goff is at his best throwing in the middle of the field. Offensive coordinator Ben Johnson is phenomenal at scheming up the middle of the field. League plays 73% zone defense, and it's a perfect fit for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now, again, with that consistency, St. Brown had one game last year with fewer than 49 yards. I mean, think about how crazy that floor is. Go further. Only 3 times does St. Brown have fewer than 70 yards. Nobody has that level of floor. So St. Brown, yes, as safe as they come. You're picking him in the first round, probably just after the first half, but maybe some people do take him, even at the 106. But regardless, second half of the first round, you want that safe play, you have it right there. DK Metcalf of the Seattle Seahawks may not have the greatest ceiling in the world. Remember, it's 4 years ago he had that 1,300-yard season. Otherwise, he's always around 967 to 1114. He's in that range. Touchdowns averaging a little more than 8. Targets have been a little up and down. But the thing about Metcalf is durability. Last 3 years, missed 1 game. Metcalf is on the field. Metcalf will get you about 1,000 yards. You're drafting him after the top tier receivers go off the board. Is it possible that we do get more ceiling with Ryan Grubb in to coach the offense? Maybe. They're going to run more of a spread offense. Geno Smith, I don't know if we're going to see the career he had 2 years ago under Shane Waldron with the new coach. But that said, Metcalf is going to give you a stable, high, weekly floor, and there is a lot to be said for that. Big target in the red zone. Again, he's going to score those touchdowns for you. There are flashier players out there, especially at that stage of the draft. But if you want safe, it's very hard to pass up on DK Metcalf. If you enjoy videos like this, please consider hitting the like button and subscribe to the Rotowire Fantasy Football channel on YouTube. Also, you can check out all of our fantasy football content and rankings by getting a free 2-day trial with no credit card needed. You just head on over to rotowire.com/Jim, and you can check out all of our content. This last player, you might be wondering what I'm talking about calling him safe, but Amari Cooper is safe. He's 30 this year. I get that. We don't like aging players all the time. But Amari Cooper has been in Cleveland for 2 years, and it has been some really rough quarterback play he's had. And yet, Cooper had 1,160 yards and 9 touchdowns 2 years ago. Last year, 1,250 and 5 touchdowns. His targets, 128, 132. Cooper has been phenomenal. And I know a lot of people are worried about Deshaun Watson. Well, I want to put your mind at rest. Cooper played 5 games with Watson last year, and in only one of those games did Cooper see double-digit targets. Yet, Cooper had 90 or more yards in 4 of those 5 games. Amari Cooper has a phenomenal chemistry with Deshaun Watson. Cooper was asking for money in the offseason. The Browns paid him. They do believe he is their lead receiver. This is a team, you think run game when you think Browns, but since they brought in Deshaun Watson, and we can argue this all day long, but they run a lot of 3 receivers. That's Kevin Stefanski, the coach, orders his staff, throw the ball. They want to put the ball in the quarterback's hands, and Cooper is the guy. And he has shown he can win on many different routes. He can win downfield. He can win in the middle of the field, and he is the clear alpha receiver for the Cleveland Browns.